What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Beyond the Barrel Bourbon. I am Eric. That is Phil.
I'm Bill.
And today we are going to do a
This
live first impressions of
Smokeye Hill Barrel Proof.
a bottle.
This is growing legendary status fast. It's the George T. Stag Killer.
I've heard that.
Um,
I've got my reservations.
and I think most of Bourbon Tube would agree. For those that don't know, it won Minnick's Bourbon of the Year. His Ascot Awards over
His
over George T. Stag.
did it beat his cellar aged?
It won Bourbon of the Year. It beat everything.
It's shocking.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, got the thing on there pretty
Docking one tip for this.
good. That is ridiculous.
Poor perforation.
Oh my goodness.
Poor perforation here.
There you go.
No, man, no. We're just peeling away
Oh
here.
my goodness. And I don't have anything
Here we
within,
go.
I was
Here
like,
we
I don't
go.
have anything within reach.
Okay, not yet.
All right, there we go.
Okay, no, I said not yet. I meant not
Well,
yet.
well, now let's hope
Okay.
the cork doesn't break.
I think this is gonna be I think this is a nice cork, man. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be one of them hefty metal corks.
it is a cool looking bottle.
That's close enough. I think we can.
Put by the microphone.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That baby's got
Oh
some weight.
Lord,
Look at this. What is this? All
it's
right,
like a funnel, man.
the hot one.
It's
131.4 proof. So you're looking at, some of the higher Elijah Craig barrel proofs, Old
like-
Forester single barrel,
probably your
Jack
average. I would say you're
Daniels.
probably your average Jack Daniels.
barrel proof.
Doesn't the logo kind of remind you of the select stock?
No, it does not.
I think it does. Maybe not. I don't remember.
I'm gonna pour. Oh, God, we really need to get that plastic off because it's gonna mess the pour up. Give me that. Give me that.
There you go.
Blue corn. So, it's
think-
barreled and aged in
Colorado, huh?
Colorado Springs, Colorado. Sourced from Indiana. My guess would be MGP. This is upsetting me.
I see that. Do we need to go to commercial break
I mean,
and get a pair of scissors?
so many 2 tips gone.
Make it 3 because I'll pile one on because that's.
I just want to
it's
get it
like they-
below the
It's
lip.
like they melted it on.
I just want to get it below the lip so I can pour. That part's below the lip. That's good enough.
That's good enough.
There we go. Okay.
How long have they been around? Do you know?
No clue, because nobody knows anything about
I-
this until Fred Minnick.
I hadn't heard about it until y'all brought it up and mentioned it.
So the question is,
It's a
is this
very
gonna
cool
be-
bottle.
From what I've seen,
Bill, you missed the perforation.
no, I didn't.
It's
Uh,
literally right there. Look, baby perforation. It's right there.
Most people seem to think that no, it does
Look,
not
look
compete.
at it. Look at it. Look at it. He
I
just,
am talking,
he,
sir.
he just missed the entire
I didn't
perforated
miss the
edge.
perforation.
Yes, he did.
It does not compete with George T. Stag.
Is that what?
Oh, man, take a chill.
Uh,
Good Lord, man! It's 131 proof. Have some respect for the workday, for yourself.
I listen.
God.
It's a funny bottle, man. It's you have the cork.
Yes.
Okay.
Most people prefer to comp it to a Stag Junior. To me,
My only problem with Stag Junior, I've always thought, is that it has more heat than flavor, right? And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that I've just always personally felt like it was hot to be hot. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. And that might
I
be.
mean, it depends on the bottle.
I know they're very batch specific, but it's. I've had some good ones, but again, it goes back to I just feel like it was hot to be hot.
It's pretty dark here.
Getting a little bit of like a dark cherry. Yeah, a slight touch of oak. A little bit,
I'm not
little bit.
getting too much oak.
Not just a slight touch, just a hint of oak. I'll get a little bit of caramel. Caramel.
Oh, there's definitely a richer note right here, like a brown sugary kind of maple note. I think I do get a hint of fruit.
Yeah, like kind of like I'm getting a dark fruit, like a dark cherry.
But that brown sugar note, caramel. That's more prominent to me than the fruit.
Same.
God, I want to let it sit a little bit. 'Cause it's hot.
We can.
Hot.
Olin, your care package is going to be in transit this week.
Oh, which reminds me, we're starting something new.
Yeah, we are.
Starting with this video. If you like, subscribe, and then comment with your favorite below the radar whiskey, or a whiskey that maybe not many people know about, or that's not overly popular, that you love to drink. And then we'll go through the comments, we'll pick that. We'll pick whoever we think we can do a good review on. We'll review it. If we pick your bottle, we'll send you a sample of whatever we reviewed the time before. And then we'll rinse and repeat that process every time we do a subscriber review.
Yeah, so if somebody, and I'm just throwing this out there as an example, so if somebody comments on here that their favorite under the radar will be like a Middle West, when we do that Middle West tasting, we'll send you a bottle of, I'll send you a sample of Smokeye Hill.
Right.
And then, if going forward, I think that's a really cool thing to let people experience whiskeys that they generally wouldn't have got for themselves. It does smell pretty good.
Smells.
But I'm getting it. Maybe do you get a hint of floral? I get just a hint of floral now. I think that's where that sweetness I'm getting from.
Ooh, a little burn there.
Oh, it definitely smells
Burn there.
pretty hot.
It's mostly.
It is a cool bottle. I mean, I
hate it.
Do you?
I hate short, squatty bottles.
Oh yeah, you do. You hate the 1792 bottle.
They mess up my alignment on my
I think
bar.
it's cool. I like the yeah.
I like the cork.
The cork's very nice. All right, let's do this.
It smells rich. Surprisingly good mouthfeel.
Yeah. I'm getting butterscotch on the back end of this. It's definitely more caramel leaning towards for me. I get a lot of caramel, kind of like a what's that? Like a Werther's. You know what I'm talking about? Those Werther's hard caramel candy.
The butterscotch.
Is it butterscotch?
Pretty sure. Or
I thought it's caramel.
Might be caramel.
Maybe like a caramel drop. I don't know. It might
caramel,
be both.
Might be caramel. Might be butter.
It might be both. But whatever it is, I'm getting a lot of caramel. I guess caramelized butterscotch, if that's a thing.
I'm getting oak.
I get a little oak on the front end of it, not on the finish.
Big Kentucky hug.
Big.
I feel it right here. No, man, I was surprised because I did not smell any oak. Honestly, this is like the Russell's 15. This is better than I was expecting it to be. I love that burn. That's one of my favorite. That's why I started liking high proofs, because of that.
Did you like the Kentucky hug?
That hug in the chest.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It does wonders for your sinuses. It does have like a nice bold flavor to it. I won't lie. I get just a twinge of ethanol on the mid palate.
Great mouthfeel.
But the mouthfeel's great.
Caramel.
The finish is good. The finish is very good.
Finish is long.
I don't know. I mean,
It's
obviously,
a long finish.
without comping them heads up, I don't know that I could say I like this more than Stag. 'Cause I like Stag.
I hate it.
I get a lot of caramel. I guess caramelized butterscotch. If that's a thing. I'm getting a lot of caramel. I guess caramelized butterscotch. If that's a thing. I'm getting a lot of I think if you get into a good stag that has that that trace profile with the apples, like the big fruit, the big sweet fruit on the front end and on the palate, I think this would be a hard comp for it. Um, but I think if you get a run of the mill stag, this will play with it. It just depends on what your palate's telling you that day, right? So like if you're into that to that rich, um,
It's not overly rich to me. I mean, I do get the richer notes, the vanilla. I get a little bit of cinnamon.
do you get the viscosity of it though? Like I feel like it's got
Yes.
some, yeah, and that's what I
Well,
mean. Like I feel like there's
that's great mouthfeel.
well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this when I'm saying I want to say syrupy. Kind of gives you that syrupy.
To me, a better comp would be like one of them high proof.
A comp to this or a comp to a stag?
No, to this.
Okay.
Like a high proof sea batch Elijah Craig maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um,
Although that C923 does really well.
I wonder if is the mash bill on here? Of course not. Probably should have looked that up.
I mean, are you getting? I'm not getting a ton of rye on this. Like, I'm not getting a lot of rye spice on this at all. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that earthy tone to it. It's more. I'm telling. It's more baking spice for me. This is more like in the kitchen in the fall kind of stuff. You know.
I'm definitely getting it's changing. It's getting spicier for me. Let me do a chew on it.
It's viscous. I will say that the mouthfeel on it is fantastic. I get the ethanol on the middle of the palate, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, initially there's like this richer, almost toasted note. It's hot.
I don't.
It's not hot for the sake of being hot.
No, and that's what I was gonna say.
Finish is long. Flavor stays with the finish, so you're not just the finish. It isn't just heat staying with you.
Right.
But I am getting that kind of, I don't know if it's a tannic note, but it's some sort of effervescent note. After that richness dies off the initial palate,
So the mid palate.
cinnamon, right before the finish kicks in.
So I'm wondering if that's the note that I get as ethanol.
Perhaps it could be
Because remember, there's
effervescent, could be tannic, could be mint.
is there any idea what the age is on this, or did they say? Does
I have no
does the
idea.
bottle say it? I don't.
I mean, the bottle doesn't say anything.
I'm just
I'm going to
curious.
say it's not very old.
Well, I was gonna say what I generally get from like a young MGP, and
Look it
from
up.
a Knob Creek, like a lot of Knob Creek stuff, is I get a lot of ethanol in the middle, in the mid palate, right? So it'll start okay, but that ethanol hits, and it just kind of like it doesn't sell me on the product, right? And then even if the finish is good, you've got to get through that mid palate ethanol that I'm not a fan of. But this one, I get the ethanol, but it's not as obnoxious, right? It's not punching me in the face and saying, "God, this is terrible."
5+ years.
Okay, so
So-
relatively young.
I don't. It's not that young, but now to the crux of the situation. How much would I pay for this?
Well, let's do this. How many tips would you give it? Because that kind of helps you. That kind of helps you with pay, right?
It's easier for me to determine what I would pay than what I would tip.
Me personally, I don't think this is worth its MSRP.
Do you know what the MSRP
It's
is?
like $90, isn't it?
I didn't buy it for 90.
More or less.
Less.
A lot less.
Bought it for $70.
That's a hard one for
I
me.
would pay what I would pay for this is the same as I would pay for an EC
barrel proof.
barrel proof.
So
To
about,
me,
about
these are
$70.
these are roughly equivalent in value.
Okay.
That $70 to $80 range would be pretty fair for this. Which is pretty good considering nobody knew what the hell this was
8 minutes ago, right?
until old Fred Minnick.
Fred,
And now,
Fred, you're welcome to come on the show anytime,
good luck
buddy.
finding it. Right? Good luck.
I'm
I'm gonna get a little more pour.
Would that? Yeah, and I gave you some of my pour, so
I just want to make sure I got. Don't forget to
have some fun for the workday, man.
to comment your
Yeah, comment your favorite under the radar bottle. This dude,
get a sample of this Smokeye Hill here.
this dude, and his lack of respect for the workday wants to jump on me.
This is important.
This is work. This is work. The nose is pretty good. I think I know what y'all are talking about. The effervescent. I get that on the nose, kind of like that, like a root beer-ish. Kinda.
Yeah.
I get that on the nose.
Yeah, that's all kind of in the same family. That sassafrasy, tannic, mint, licorice sometimes maybe could have that effervescent note, which is something that I tend to get more on high rise.
See, on that taste, the ethanol didn't punch me in the face this time. So it's like it changes a lot. I guess the longer
It's definitely one that needs to be revisited.
Yeah, for sure. We need to do a Melick revisit.
But yeah,
too.
I would say comp wise, you're looking at an EC barrel proof type bottle. Higher proof.
I can see
obviously.
I can see that. I can see how this can play with that. On that,
George T. Stagg.
No, hell no.
Come on.
Right, like be serious, man. Come on.
Nah.
I don't know that it runs with the Stag Junior.
I would assume the Stag Junior is probably a little oakier, flavor profile wise,
and fruitier.
Yeah, I'm not getting any fruit. Really.
I got it initially. I got it early, like on the nose, not so much on the palate.
But you get those richer toasted notes up front. So if that's your thing, and then you like a little heat, you like that little hug, this is your bottle.
Yeah.
Can you find it? No. I can't. Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred. But if you comment, we'll send you a sample so you can have some.
But if you do find it and it's in that 70 to 80 range, I'd say go for it.
How many tips?
I'm waffling between a 79 and an 80.
I'm not.
I'll be nice and go 80.
Okay.
And then we'll do a revisit on a later show. See how it opens up.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that you're going lower because there's MGP and don't you dare say it's got nothing to do with it.
It doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm going to tell you what it is. One, I'm discounting the 3 tips from the packaging because that was crap. I say that was crap. That was you not finding the perforated edge.
I found it.
Yeah. I'm going to say 74.
Okay.
I think it's mid-level. I think it's okay. I think if you can find it, like you said, in that $70 range, if you can find this and you can't find the EC Barrel Proof, fine. I mean, it's.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a thing now. I don't. Well, one, it's a small distillery, that probably was not prepared to win Bourbon of the Year with Fred Minnick.
Right.
So, how much do they have? Supply wise,
who knows?
I don't know.
Time will tell. So,
well, yeah. In conclusion, $70 to $80 range, go for it. Especially if you like those EC barrel proofs. To me, at least for like the old Forster single barrel I have, I like this a little more.
I would like the. I would comp those. I think I would like to see what those comp against.
Jack Daniel's probably a little richer. As far as like syrupy kind of flavor. But if that's those EC barrel proofs and are your cup of tea, you're gonna like this one. $70-$80, buy it. Above that, get a sample from somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, the more the more I sip on it, the richer it gets, the better it tastes. On the finish is what does it for me.
Well,
For
to
this
be
one.
fair, we didn't give it proper opening
We didn't.
time. We didn't let it sit.
Well, that's
Generally,
well,
a bottle like this, I 130 plus and let it sit 15 minutes.
So well, I mean, I guess we want to open it on the show for these guys,
I know.
but
You like to do your fresh cracks.
I do. It's cool.
Whatever.
It's cool, man.
Whatever.
So, guys, anyway,
Let's say we'll revisit this one
we've got a few revisits that we need to do
month
coming
and a
up.
half.
We got a few revisits that we need to do real soon. We need to do the EC, the 5 batch, the B batch, the Larceny B batch. We need to revisit the Melic. So we got a few cool lives coming up with some revisits to see if they actually opened up. And what's cool is I don't remember what tip ranking I gave any of them. So whatever my new tip ranking is going to be an honest, pure tip ranking.
They should all be honest, pure.
What I mean is, like, I'm not going to go back and look and see, oh, I gave it a 72. Let me give it a 73 now. So
Comment your favorite if you want a shot at a sample of this. Comment your favorite under radar whiskey, bourbon, whatever. We'll pick. You'll get a sample. We'll review it in our next.
and don't say something crazy like Pappy 23.
That's not under
It's
the.
not
radar.
under the radar. We know it. You know it.
If you say Pappy, you could say Pappy 23. We're not gonna pay it,
Right.
but you can say it.
If you do, you know what? I tell you what. If somebody suggests Pappy 23, we'll send them a sample of something. We will send them a sample of something. I promise.
I won't.
I
Eric
will.
might.
You'll get something, and I hope you
if
enjoy
it's
it.
In it will have nothing to do with me. Okay. Just
He bought the bottle. Anyway, guys, thanks for
Nothing to do
tuning
with
in.
me.
Like, comment, subscribe. We will catch you hopefully later in the week with another cool live. See y'all later.
oh my
What a
god.
miss.